What is going on, my friends? Hello and welcome to the very first ADSR Production Challenge. Welcome. Super excited. This is our inaugural production challenge where, ADSR for a long time has made lots of great sample packs, sound packs, courses, so much content on the site, but never have we known what people do with all those packs, with all that knowledge, etc. So we've put together this little production challenge that we're going to be doing weekly here on the channel every Wednesday. And it's a great opportunity for us to kind of get to know each other as a community, obviously, because everybody can submit music and take part in the challenge. And then it's also a great opportunity for some key folks to take home cool prizes. Just so you know, this challenge takes place over on the ADSR Discord, which the link is in the description of this video. And like I said, we will be doing this every week with a new challenge each week. So get ready for that. I think it's a good time and we can all see each other's work and get to know one another as a community. The other thing I should say is, well, we've got 3 selections tonight. So there was actually a good handful of entries tonight and they were all really, really good. But we selected 3 standout ones that we'll be checking out. And then I will also be partaking in the challenge this evening. So vocals, drums, I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet, but I'm just going to do my best for like maybe the first half hour-ish of the stream, and then we'll get into the 3 standout submissions. We'll give them a listen. We'll give them a shout out. And the 3 producers that we choose tonight will actually be walking away with a $100 voucher for the ADSR store, which is amazing. You can get some really dope sounds, plugins or packs, whatever it is you like on the store with that. You'll also be getting a cool t-shirt. And then one super standout, like the kind of one that stands out above that top 3, will be getting a plugin or 2 plugins actually from our friends at UJam. So I'm actually going to use one tonight on stream, the Groove Mate, and then also Retro. So that's cool. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to work with the challenge, do the challenge. I want to say hello to everybody who's in chat. First of all, shout out to, I think that's Dominic over on Facebook, was the first one over on Facebook. Shout out to Dominic. And I'll say hello to my YouTube friends too. What is going on? Trip M, Drunk Bishop, Pan Dulce, Suru, Gareth, Saul. My parents are on a plane right now. They're still watching the stream. It's amazing. Beisha is here. Hello, Beisha. I hope you're doing well. Taylor Deemer. I don't know where that came from. Just dropped the R for no reason. Ioku, what's going on? Did I join exactly at the beginning of the stream? Yes, you did. Perfect timing. DJ Black Max, what's good? Diana is here. Diana, I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well also. Thank you all for being here. This is going to be a good time. Now, before we get into this week's challenge, which is to make a track using vocals and drums only, which will be quite the challenge, and I'm excited to dig into it right now. Let me tell you about next week's challenge, because it's actually really simple. We've got a sample that's available over on the ADSR Discord that you can download, and the challenge is to make a track with that sample, and I'll play it for you right now. So this is obviously an acid loop. It'll be a little bit of a challenge to work with. Now, you don't have to only use this loop. You can use other elements, of course. But this is the challenge for next week, is to work with this loop and make a track with it. Or up to 32 bars, I believe, is our limitation. So if you're up for that challenge, please make sure you join the ADSR Discord. It should be a good time. We'll be selecting our standouts next week, and there will be cool prizes as well. So stay tuned for that. I already have some ideas of what I think I'll do with it. But next week, of course, we'll be doing the same thing. I'll come in, work with the loop, try to make something with it, and then review our top submissions. So it should be fun. Please make sure you join the Discord and you get ready for next week's challenge. You got like a whole week to submit. But without further ado, I'm just going to delete this loop for now. I'll come back to you later. And then why don't we go ahead and start this challenge? Now, vocals and drums is actually not that hard, because I feel like I sample vocals and make instruments out of vocals all the time. And then obviously drums are easy. Now, like I said, I have something from our friends at UJam who are going to send plugins to the #1 standout today. I worked with this on the stream last Friday, because you all know I stream Fridays with ADSR as well. It's just a really cool hand percussion and clap kind of rhythm generator. We've got one shots, we've got phrases, tambourines, claps, shakers, all that good stuff. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably just scan through a few of these. Like I think I could probably start with a shaker loop. And if you guys want to like help me out a little bit and throw a BPM in the chat, I'm kind of open to most BPMs right now. I don't really know which way I want to go. So I'll take any BPM. Throw it at me. The first one I see in the chat is the one I'll take. But let me figure out what we got for shakers here. This is pretty cool. I think I'm just going to go with one of these. And the cool part about this plugin as well is that we just click and drag the MIDI in, and we don't have to do any of that fancy work that you need to get that natural sounding like hand percussion, acoustic percussion sound. It's very hard to make it not sound mechanical, but this plugin does the work for you. Oh, the light theme. You guys are noticing that? Yes, I'm using the light theme, or I was using the light theme, because if you all watched today's beat video that I put out on my channel, you saw that I was out at the beach, and the only way that I could possibly see my screen was by putting it in this light mode, so I apologize for that. Should we jump back to dark mode? Boom. How's that look? Okay. Now, I'm not going to do 245 BPM, but thank you, DJ Black Max. But I will do 90, which is the first one I saw, and actually the first two I saw. YouTube got in a little bit faster than the Facebook crowd, but thank you, Smokelahoma, over on Facebook. Appreciate you. So I'm going to do 90. Let's bring that down and see what this sounds like with this little shaker groove. Oh, I should say, I'm going to work with my push tonight, which I don't do super frequently. Should we double this and maybe have two of these going at the same time? I think so. Just grab some quick, easy shaker loops here. Just like this. It's going to have like a weird little phasing issue probably. Interesting. Let me kill the reverb a little bit on this one. That's not going to help, is it? There we go. Give it a little bit of a different sound. I'm all about that. Okay, let's do that. And if I want to make that audio, I can, and just kind of pitch it down. All right, I like that. Let me actually go ahead and do that. I'm just going to flatten this track. We're just getting our groove here. I mean, shakers counts as drums, right? I'm considering drums and percussion. Yeah, you know, it's all kind of the same. Flatten the track. All right, and let's consolidate this. And of course, we got to get working on some vocals, but let's get a solid beat down first. I usually do work with melodic or harmonic sounds, but I guess for today, I'm feeling just laying that rhythm down. All right, I'm totally cool with that. I like the way this is sounding. Gonna roll off some highs. Great. Awesome. So what do I have? Let me look at my sample packs. I know I have some good ones from ADSR. For instance, I have this one by a producer named Ghost Project, who's like one of my favorite producers that has a lot of packs on the ADSR store. And I have this one that's like a little baby inspired kit, or collection of samples, I should say. So let's just start dropping in some drums here. All right, let's start programming this. I'm not really sure what the vibe of this beat is, but I'm gonna loop it and we'll go for it. Let's go with a kind of a softer kick. I think like having drums as part of this is like a little bit of a cheat code, because you can do so much with drums, you know? And let me go ahead and make this a 4-bar loop, because that's going to be a little bit faster to work with. And I don't want to spend too much time on my beat. I just want to partake in the challenge a little bit, you know? Like, don't I get to play too? And then we'll get into reviewing the top 3 beats that we chose from the challenge. All right, this kick is not, that number 4 is a bit better. And I don't want something so straight like that. Let's get a nice kick groove going here. And I probably should get a snare to bounce off of too, right? Well, they got these nice perks. Cool, cool, cool. Kill my headphone volume a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to use that one. These are called snare claps. I like that. Great. And I'm just going to get this on 2s and 4s for now. Let's see where that takes me. I'm going to add in some different rhythmic stuff as we go, though. Should we go with this little kind of reduced thing for now? Tap up. All right, that's fine. And I really like that this kick is just a little bit. There we go. A little bit swung. All right, we got perks in here though. So let's continue on with these perks. Oh, that's a nice one, especially if we throw a reverb on it. Where should we place it though? And I want to make sure it's not too loud in the mix either. Get a little delay on it. Nah, maybe here. I kind of like the 4 better. So suddenly, you know, we're using these as percussion, but they do have, some of them, a melodic quality to them. But I think it's allowed. Give me like a rim shot or something. I know you're in here. I could probably use that. All right, let's drop it in. But how are you all on this fine Wednesday evening? Maybe it's Thursday for some of you. It's different being here on not a Friday. You all know I'm usually here on Friday trying out a different plugin. We're trying out a very cool plugin this week. It's actually the plugin that is free with every purchase on ADSR this month. I like having that repeated phrase. Let me repeat that whole thing there. The second half. But then do something different for those last 2 bars. Paying a little more attention to the rhythm than usual because I know I'm limited in using drums and vocals. I actually like that. Just hanging there by itself, but I'll do something different for this next half. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Right here. Just putting each of these perks on their own track because I might want to, you know, push one a little to the right, push one a little to the left, mix them differently. Let's make a little bit of a faster pattern here, a little back and forth. All right, and for the last snare, I'm going to back it with this percussion, but I'm going to throw a lot of reverb on it. Just to, I think that makes sense. Let me grab an EQ though, and I'm going to throw the EQ on it, and I'm going to roll off some highs. There we go. So it's just kind of smoky, you know what I'm saying? Just bought a scratching turntable. Amazing. Nice. That's good to hear. Taylor's good. Cable on right ear cup. Yes, Dijon. These headphones, I can put them in either, but I did want to check to make sure I had them properly. All right, how's this little rhythm we got going here? I don't really know what feel we're going for it tonight, but it'll be something. I wonder if there's any... Let me just look further in this kick. Oh yeah, we have drum loops, but this is probably... Oh, we do have tops. Great. Because I wonder about throwing like a traditional hi-hat loop on top of this, what that would sound like. This one's a little lighter. Oh, I don't want that though. That's a lot. All right, let me just try this and see. Maybe it's too much, but I just want to hear what including this might sound like. I feel like this kind of pushes the feel in a way that I like. Hey, what's up, Rashane? Thanks for joining. And Meritox, what's good? I'm going to consolidate this. And since, you know, we haven't got to the vocals yet, but I want to make sure that our percussion is as interesting as possible. All right, and let's see if I am trying to do this in, let's say, the first 30 minutes so we can get to our entries. I will need to keep an eye on the time. But yes, if you're in the chat and you participated in the challenge, let me know in the chat. Okay, so I can adjust the transpose, and maybe I'll do that every 2 bars here. By that, I mean I'm just going to drop the pitch at the end here. See how that sounds? Can we do the opposite here? Yeah, why not? Oh gosh, not too extreme though. Probably 2 octaves is too much. Yeah, that's a little too extreme. And I think I actually like it pitching down better. And down 1 octave is fine. Obviously, we could go to tones. All right, that's good. I'm stoked for that. Let's keep that. I'm just going to make sure at the end of that loop, it goes back up so we don't run into any issues later. All right, that's our basic percussion right now, but now we've got to use vocals, and we can only use vocals. So normally, you guys know I would dive into some plugin or something or start laying some instruments on top, but we got to use some vocals. And of course, I have this amazing pack from ADSR, Blush Harmonic Vocal Samples. That's going to get us started. A couple different ones here. Oh, let me just take the S off that. That'll help. There we go. All right, so we have some chops and stuff in this kit, which is helpful. And I also have single words.
Down, right, happen.
You all have probably seen me use this before.
Happen.
And what I'm looking for in a sample like this, that little end happen. But the little second half is perfect because it's just a single clean note.
Happen.
But actually, if I grab the dry version of that,
Happen.
and I have more control over the, I have more control over what effects we hear. So I'm not locked into that reverb, which is why I'm going to choose that sample. And now I have a little instrument to play with. And to make my life easier in the future and to not be lazy in this moment, I will tune this sample so that as I start layering other samples that might be in different keys, that I don't have to transpose in my head. Now, where is the tuner? There we go. So I literally just want this to be a C because I'm playing a C on the push. There we go. All right, and we could do fun things like stretch it and stuff too if we wanted, if I warp the sample. Obviously, the more we tweak it, the more destructive we get. Playing with the different warp modes will affect that as well. I might roll up the attack. I'm going to throw on my own reverb now. I might widen it. I don't really know what I want to do with this yet, but maybe we could make this into a more sustaining instrument. So I'm going to switch over from simpler to sampler, basically like upgrading. Simpler is just Live's kind of simpler sampler. Put it into this looping sustain mode, and then if we loop just a small section of this back end here. Now, obviously, we hear that click back and forth. We don't want that. So let's crossfade the sample. Crossfade a tiny bit. And this is going to help it be more natural. Now we have a more sustained instrument. Let's pull in this start point a little closer. So suddenly we're making like a little synth out of this. Excellent. I'm stoked for this. All right. What are we even going to do? Hey, James Murley is here. What is good? Enforced Hard. Hello. How are you? James Murley struggled with typing. He said, dang, I tried typing with hands wet from the pool and it screwed me over. Yikes. That's okay. Welcome, my friend. So let's remind ourselves that this is the groove we've got going here. And now we can play a little something, but what are we going to play? We go down an octave. Just kind of tweaking. I'm gonna cut out some lows. Maybe we need less reverb. The most challenging part about this challenge will absolutely be making a bass. But I feel like this is a good starting place for a bass, so I'm going to attempt to make this a bass, though. I don't know if I'm really going to get the robust low end that I want, especially if I have the low cut turned up a little bit. There we go. Why don't we add like Live's pedal to this? And where am I looking? Audio effects. Now let's get some drive and color, pedal. Here we go. And we've got that sub option. And I can try to add a little gain and shave off even more highs. And I might even just make it mono instead of making it wide like I had it. Maybe we can do a little more with this EQ. We don't need too much of that. And let's go ahead and boost those lows if we are really gonna try this. Okay, that's pretty good. What do you all think? The bass was my biggest worry about working on this track, you know? Of course, I'm wearing headphones, so I can't quite tell how much of that is coming through, but I think a good amount is coming through for sure. Boost that bass. All right. Let's play this. Not really sure what direction I want to go in. Oh boy. All right, is that fine? I think it's fine. Let's give it a shot. All right, good. I didn't have to hit that note. That's what I thought. All right, because we're looping. Excellent. Let's go ahead and quantize. I'll make it legato. And we have ourselves we could make it dirtier. We can also boost the bass here. Is that too extreme? Probably. All right, great. Let's sidechain and get it going. I'm keeping an eye on the time, my friends. We can add way more vocals than these for sure. But overall, I think we went a little easy on you for this first challenge. This was like being able to use vocal samples and drums. Come on, you can make whole tracks from that. Notice how I just got so distracted and could not figure out what I was doing. So let's add this sidechain from our kick, get this pumping. This is going to sound even better. Oh, I forgot. I don't have that much kick in here. Interesting. But I did keep that old channel there. I want to play close to that middle range as possible where the original sample was, because all right, we can do a fair amount with delay here. Now, I was sending that to my return delay, but I instead want to put a delay on this track. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Delay. Let's just get a clean delay. We'll start with an eighth note, see how it is. What do we think of that? I might want to go with more of like a ping pong. Is that my sidechain? No. Where's that sidechain? Let's get the sidechain going on this as well. That'll be crucial for making it fit in. Let's just drop this in and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. Let's get that in there, quantized. Might do. I like actually the feedback having a nice long tail. Widen this up like that. There we go. All right. How about a chorus on this? I like that. ADSR says, you want us to make the challenge harder? Yes. But we're easing into it, right? Like I said, this is our first production challenge. So why don't we just... We're keeping it easy. We're keeping it chill, right? I've got another simpler here. And I've got a little time. So why don't I add a couple more vocal samples in here? Sounds like the first 48. Yikes. The TV show? Unbelievable. Where are my sample packs? Great. So there's so many options. And now we have phrases. Should I do a phrase? It's going to get complicated.
Only you keeps me alive. I just can't enough. I've got a crush on you.
LOL.
I'm happy to be yours. The one thing we can never get enough is love.
Wow. I actually really like that phrase, especially that opening.
The one thing we can never get enough is love.
All right, and let me get it in key, though.
Love, 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 love.
That note's got to be a C. Because I can hear that is the tonic of the sample, I believe. So, tuner.
Love, 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 love.
Nice, we're not too far off.
Love, 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 love.
All right, and let's hear what that's... How can I make this fit? Let's see if I can.
The one thing we can never get enough is... The one thing we can never get enough.
It's so close. I have to quantize it.
The one thing we can never... One thing we can never...
It's so close, right? So one thing I can do actually is go to sample packs. Drop this in here. Oh, nope. Don't drop it on a MIDI track. That's not what I want. Let's drop this on an audio track. Boom, go here. And then I think we got to do this. Yep. All right, now we're in key. So now I can quantize it, right? And actually, we need that one. One is the downbeat. One thing. A little faster. I don't want to get too in the weeds with this, but I'm just going to try to do this a little quickly. Or should I just chop it? I think I'm just going to chop it. So I'm just placing these warp markers here, right where I think these words or phrases are starting. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. And now I'm going to slice it. I've done this a lot on streams, but we're just going to slice this to a drum rack. Let's see if this did what I wanted it to do. I should have, however, froze it because I need to freeze the transposition, right? So let me go ahead and freeze this and then flatten it. And now we're in the proper key. Oh gosh, that sounded like a nightmare. Great. So let me just do that one more time and I'll walk you through. So I'm putting warp markers at the start of like kind of each phrase. Where's weaken? Click there. And it's going to put these on a drum rack for me so I can slice them up almost like MPC style. All right, freeze it. Just gonna, oh no, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to freeze it, unfreeze. What I actually want to do is click into this. Oh, I missed these phrases down here. Click into this, right click, and hit slice to new MIDI. The only thing that I went back and did was made sure that that key change was printed onto the sample. Because now when I slice it to this drum kit here, boom, I can get rid of this old sample. And now I have it on push here. So some of those are sus, like that last one is mad sus. This one is sus too, but we can always go back in. And we can change these little start and end points, of course. And we can kind of play with this. We can, let's get never a bit longer. I didn't want these to be so short, so I could have been more careful. Oh, I actually don't need that one. Because I have never on one. And then I'll just have this last one. All right, I'm just going to play with these for now anyway. All right, good. And I don't want these to loop. So let's turn the loop off. And let's just bounce around with these. Obviously, I'm going to throw some effects on there. Let me just copy the effects from... Where's the one that I put the chorus on? Let me just copy these effects, including the sidechain. Throw this on here. What's up, Ben C? How are you? Thanks, Forced Heart. I appreciate that. Oh. I don't need this EQ situation that I did though. And now if I want to go in and like some of these shorter ones are working really well. I won't use that one. So those are the same note, right? So what I could do is actually, if I wanted, but I really like the sound of that sample, let me just copy that up to another pad. And now, why don't I just transpose this? Cool. Something like that, right? That's easy enough. And why don't we do this, since I'm gonna just do this. Let's do a 4 to the floor kick, because why not? Or instead of a 4 to the floor, Why don't we just add in a few more kicks? Because that kick pattern I had was more of like a intro kick pattern. Like for the intro of a song, you know? And he said, I don't know how vocal chops became a trend. I don't know. I think it's super interesting. I really like the sound of vocal chops, and I love sampling vocals. And I think something about chopping vocals up like that, I don't know. I think it just unlocks something in the human brain, hearing a human voice kind of manipulated that way. I don't know. I'm just layering in a few more kicks here. Obviously, this is super basic, but obviously without the reverb, it sounds totally different, right? I just want to get rid of that TH in that one thing, and then I'm going to lay down this idea. Cool, that's fine. So let me just try something. Yeah, I'm just going to record that. 2, ready. Oh. I always do that, and it never starts recording on the downbeat. What did I play? That's fine. But you know. Well, another thing I would do is I would duplicate that, freeze, flatten, and then I would maybe transpose up an octave. Let's see what this is even going to sound like. I don't know. And then we get this different kind of combination thing. If I duplicate that, and what happens if I bring that down an octave? Does it make it even more layered? So that's my just like quick attempt at the challenge there. And I do want to get into the entries from the community, but this was a fun challenge. Drums and only vocals. I could see myself like going a little bit further with this track. Yeah, that was fun. But this is not all about me. The ADSR Production Challenge is about the community. And what we have done is chosen, hopefully I didn't close it. I didn't. We have chosen 3 entries to be showcased today from our community. Now, these entries came from the ADSR Discord server where you can submit every week to this challenge. So get ready to submit. For next week, because I already talked about the other challenge. If you missed it, rewind to the top, and I'll talk more about it at the end. But we have 3 standout producers that have entered this week that we chose. And why don't we go and listen to them? Now, all 3 of the producers that we featured today are going to be going home with, or they're already at home, but are going to win a cool ADSR t-shirt like I'm wearing right now, in addition to a $100 voucher for the ADSR store, which is really amazing. And all the sounds I just used were from the ADSR store. And then one that we select that is the top of these three, we'll go home with a couple of those UJam plugins. So we're just going to look at all of them right now and give them each a listen in no particular order. So let's go ahead and listen to our first entry here. So our first entry, we've got DJ No with Wrong. DJ No featuring Tolu Salako. DJ No, if you are in the chat, please holler and let us know and say hi. All right, let me rewind this back.
I thought men became wise men.
No, that's 20 seconds in. All right, ready? We'll do a real start.
I always thought your love would happen if you wait.
I love this little panning vocal thing.
Anyone can make it to heaven if they pray. I thought the world could come together.
Little dance hall vibes, which I think is cool.
But after so long, maybe I'm wrong.
Thanks, Diana. What's up, German
I
Geo?
thought men became wise men when they age. I always thought you could stop crying if you're brave.
I would love to know more about how this track was made.
You could escape. Though I think it's so strong, maybe I'm wrong.
Great little fill there.
I always thought fortune was found.
It does sound great, right? And what a great use of just doing vocals and drums. Now I am hearing like a little 808 in there, and I'm curious to know if that was made from a vocal. Or does 808 count? I guess if you're using like a tom, it counts as drums, right? Or does an 808 count as drums? John Perez, you're here. You're DJ No. Welcome. DJ No in the chat, can you let us know, is this a vocalist you work with often? Or is it like a sample or something? Like, let us know the process. A little bit more in the chat.
I thought man could come to peace with faith.
I love this dry vocal section.
Life could flow with ease, with grace. I thought life was a God-given right, not to waste. But after so long,
Fantastic percussion
really
sounds
could be
too.
wrong. I always thought your love would happen if you wait. I thought anyone can make it to heaven if they pray.
Got it. We decided that 808s are okay. Heard.
Living day by day. Maybe the world is no strong.
What up, Fireball?
I hope that I'm wrong.
I love that vocal synth in the background. I like those harmonies. From Nigeria. John Perez, are you from Nigeria as well? Where are you from? Interesting ending. I could have gone for longer on that. Now, for future entries into the competition, we will be asking for just like up to 32 bars because we'll be trying to listen to more and more of them as the community grows. But I wanted to let that one play out because I thought it was really a fantastic entry. So congratulations, DJ No. You'll be getting the $100 ADSR voucher and the t-shirt. Let me minimize that and keep it for later. And where did my other two entries go? Here they are. All right, I've got two more entries here that I want to showcase. Pads are from Her Voice using Serato's sample. John Perez, fantastic entry. Thank you for kicking it off in such an amazing way. Yes, great. All right, ready to get into the next entry here? The next entry is from the Copacetic Kid. What's going on? I already saw Copacetic Kid in chat. Where are you at? Let's give this track a play. This track is called Reflect, made specifically for the producer challenge, of course. All right, let me play this from the beginning, or at least try. Oof, I love this like hard 808 minimal spooky vibe. Oh, it's like melodic samples and chants. Fire. Great use of melody there.
Okay.
Nice. I like how this track evolves over time.
Okay.
Cardi vibe, says Diana, for sure. It's very hard. This is a very hard track. I love this one. Because there's so many different kinds of vocals you can use. I already mentioned this, but there's chants in here, like that sound right there. Then there's the melodic stuff. Then you can use it to create that kind of atmospheric vibe, which is totally happening in this track. So Copacetic Kid, this is a fantastic entry. That was kind of short. Let me scan through one more time. There were a couple of standout things. Like the way you use multiple samples to create one melody, I think is cool. Find the example. First of all, that's a really good use of that, of having like a standout melody, and it breaks up the track too, right? Because we got 30 seconds of one vibe, and then we kind of switch into a different focus. And this combination here, it's almost like a whole vocal section. That's what I really like about that one. So shout out to the Copacetic Kid. Fantastic work. Community coming in strong for this first production challenge. That's what I'll say. And also, the chat is a little more delayed than my usual stream chat. So if I'm not responding in real time, that's why. Let's do our third and final entry here. Now, this is somebody that spends a lot of time in my community, not just the ADSR community. So I am happy to say hello to Oyama's Music. Ed Oyama is a big supporter. Ed Oyama is one of those community members that is here really just to support everybody. Always throwing encouraging words on other people's entries in different contests and stuff. So shout out to Ed Oyama. But let's go ahead and give this track a listen. Very good vocal sample here. I love the claps. Good hey. Everyone's entries are so different, for sure. But this breakdown. I love that it has a breakdown. Oh, and we're cruising in for the landing there. Ed, this is a fantastic collection of ideas. I really love that it goes from that, that happy-go-lucky backbeat over to that breakdown at the end, that half speed. Fantastic. The one constructive criticism I have for you is just like work a little bit on your mixing skills, right? Like I think these drums could hit way harder. Pay attention to that low end, especially. Get that kick pumping and booming, because I'm not hearing too much low end in the track, but I think this track could slap for sure with a few like mixing changes and a closer look at the mixing. Of course, I know you're just doing this for a challenge and having a good time, but this track kind of slaps, Ed. So fantastic work to Oyama's music. And please, if you do have the opportunity to go follow the artists that we're featuring today, it would be much appreciated. Show the love. And of course, if your entry didn't get played today, don't worry, because we are doing another challenge next week. And we're going to spread the love for sure, but hype each other up in the Discord. I have to say though, only one can win the 2 plugins, and I would have to choose the DJ No to walk away with the plugin, just because this is a full-on song. You know what I mean? And I think what's interesting, some of these, what's hard to do with a challenge, is to make it not sound like you did a challenge. You know what I mean? Like, could this track stand on its own? And if you listen to it, you wouldn't know, like, oh, this was a vocal and drums only challenge. Not saying that I would necessarily think that about the other 2 tracks or anybody else that entered, but this track specifically, I would have no idea that this is you know what I mean? That this is some production challenge that only, I wouldn't even notice that it was only using vocals and drums, you know? It wasn't like a thought in my brain.
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought men became wise men when they age.
But yeah, it's a full song with lyrics and then collaborating with a vocalist. I just think it's a fantastic entry. You know, they were all, everybody who entered like did great. And you know, I talk about this all the time. It's like wherever you all are at in your production journey, that's what I'm judging it based on. And all 3 of the entries I just looked at today were fire. This one stood out a little bit more to me though. From a mixing perspective, from a cohesiveness perspective, DJ No, fantastic job. But all 3 of the featured artists that I just talked about are actually going to walk away with that $100 ADSR voucher. Please hop in the Discord and make sure you get your winning information, whatever it may be. You're going to get that cool ADSR t-shirt like I'm wearing right now. And DJ No will walk away with that great GrooveMate plugin as well as retro from UJam. Thank you for UJam for hooking us up with that so we could give the number 1 winner a really cool thing in addition to the voucher. Yes. What do y'all think of this music production challenge? I am having fun with it. You guys know I've been doing some track reviews and stuff on my channel. That's a little bit different than this. I like that we're all working on one challenge together. I like that I get to try the challenge and see what everybody was up against. I just think it's really fun. Let me just go back really quick and let's remember what did I do? I don't think my entry would have stood up for sure. But I think I would spend a little more than a half hour if I was going to enter. Yeah, I could beef this up a bit, but that was fun. Interesting question in the chat. How will I tackle next week's challenge? That is a good question. I have thoughts already. So if you tuned in a little late and you didn't know, or if you forgot, we are doing this every single week, and we'll have a new challenge posted up in the Discord with like a new direction or a new sample to get for the challenge. And I should say for this coming week, for next Wednesday's challenge stream, let me play you all the sample that will be included for the challenge. So it is this acid loop sample, which you can download right now in the Discord. Let me beef up the tempo to 120 so we're at the proper tempo here. Turn that off. And let's listen. So how will I tackle this? It's a challenging sample to work with because of the reverb. Also, acid has just a distinct sound. And I don't make acid music, so I'm not going to be making an acid track for sure. I think the most interesting part of this sample is the rhythm, though. So that's what I'm thinking about, is how can I capture this rhythm? And then maybe what can I do with some of these longer tones? That's where my brain goes to first. But I don't want to say too much because I don't want to not spoil, but I don't want to put you all in a certain direction. You all go with wherever your instincts lead you on next week's challenge. And I would love to hear more entries next week. So please join our Discord. The link is in the description. Grab the sample, work with it. Hey, even if you don't think it's like killer, or even if you don't think it's a winner entry, just enter anyway. And it's a good time. Everybody's super friendly in the community, trying to help each other out, all those different things like that. And it's just worth challenging yourself. And I also think working in limitations is a fantastic way just to push yourself a little bit further. Because, of course, well, like for me especially, I love working with ADSR. We work with tons of sample packs and plugins all the time. And sometimes it can feel like, oh my gosh, I have so many samples, so many plugins. And even for you all, it's easy to pick stuff up on sales and stuff like that. And you have so much in your library. But when you have that focus of a challenge, like only vocals and only drums, or work with this loop, it sets you off in a direction you might not have otherwise gone in. And it gives you a set of parameters so that seemingly infinite number of combinations, it will bring you in surprising places, and you'll learn surprising things from those limitations. And I don't know, I think it's a fun way to work. I love working with limitations and doing challenges like this. So it's exciting that we get to do this with the community. Like I said at the top, ADSR has always offered some amazing sample packs and sounds, plugins, courses, etc. But we've never done something quite like this, where we're gathering the community together to see what people are doing with those things. So it'll be great to get to know you all as we go through and do these challenges together week by week. But yeah, I'm super thrilled to be doing this, and we'll be back here on Wednesday doing this again. Now, if you don't already know, I'm not the only producer that is here on the ADSR channel. We've got a couple other ones that are live on different days of the week, so make sure you're subscribed and turn notifications on. I will be back here on this channel on Friday working with a cool EQ plugin that is coming free with every purchase on ADSR store this month. So tune in with me on Friday morning, my time, 10 a.m. PST, and we should have a good time making some music, trying out that plugin. I also go live on my own channel, youtube.com/Tatro. I will be live tomorrow making some music, and then I'm also live on Saturday as well. But I want to appreciate you all. Oh, so J Mel Music Universe says, it taught me to layer. Definitely learned a lot. That's amazing. Good to know. I'm new to this channel. Could you please help me out with learning about what are these challenges? Well, hopefully, my friend in chat, I just explained a little bit of it to you, but the easiest thing you can do is go into the description and join the Discord, because you'll see everybody chatting there. You'll see everybody kind of entering, and you'll get the vibe of what's going on over in Discord for sure. I hope to see some of you all in the chat, especially friends from my channel, Diana, Drummy Geo, folks who like Taylor Deemer, James Murley, Drunk Bishop. I don't know if I'm leaving anybody out. I'm sorry, I'm trying to scan chat quickly, but I want to see some familiar faces show up in the Discord and enter next week as well. So please go ahead and do that with us here at ADSR. I hope you did enjoy this stream. Like I said, we'll be back here on Wednesday going through the next collection of entries, and I'll be taking on this challenge as well. So please join us then, and join me again on Friday on the ADSR channel, and tomorrow on my channel, youtube.com/Tatro, as some of you already know. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in for the very first ADSR Production Challenge. I'll see you all over on the Discord. Enter in the link in the description. But thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night or a good day, no matter where you're on the world. Just peace out. This has been Tatro for ADSR. Have a good one.